Well, hello, and congratulations on attending the Ultimate Music Theory Level 8 Supplemental Workbook presentation. I'm very excited to share this information with you and to provide you with good value for your time today and to serve you well with this teacher training for Level 8. I'm Glory St. Germain on the left, together with Sheila McKibben-Uren, and we've created the Ultimate Music Theory program. We're about to take a little road trip together to see new ideas, learn new concepts, and hear new techniques for composing. Now, I do have a little confession to make. Although I am smiling in this picture, what I was really thinking is, why is this happening to me? How am I going to figure this out? And who is going to help me? And no, I'm not talking about my bad hair day. I was talking about when the 2016 Royal Conservatory Music Theory syllabus came out. Do you hear me on that one? Well, we decided it was time to build on the Ultimate Music Theory series and develop the UMT Supplemental series. And so was the Dream Team. And I'd like you to meet the UMT Dream Team. Sheila and I want to thank 3 Ultimate Music Theory certified teachers for their contributions to the supplemental series. And they are in the front row on the left. Julianne Workington, our Ultimate Piano Series composer. In the middle, Ruth Douglas, our Harmony History and Analysis consultant. And Joanne Barker, our Ultimate Music Theory games creator. So that's why I'm smiling now. And now that we all have our hair done, we are happy to present the new UMT Supplemental Workbook series. Now, the UMT Workbooks plus the UMT Supplemental series equal the Royal Conservatory of Music, the RCM, theory levels. So to date, in our series, we have covered Prep 1, as used with the Prep level, followed by Level 1. We've covered Prep 2 with Level 2 followed by Level 3. We've covered Basic as used with Level 4 followed by Level 5. We've covered Intermediate Rudiments as used with Level 6 followed by Level 7. And today we are presenting the Advanced Rudiments workbook together with the Level 8 workbook. Now, the all-in-one complete Rudiments workbook, together with the all-in-one complete supplemental workbook, helps students prepare for nationally recognized theory exams, including the RCM Level 8 theory exam, and of course, college entrance exams, and so on. And it's all about building those musicianship skills. Now, Ultimate Music Theory. We take complicated concepts and we make it easy and we make it fun. You see, Solon Tito just got a puppy whose name is Spot. You'll be learning more about him in another session. But in today's session, you will learn about Advanced Rudiments Workbook plus the Level 8 Supplemental Workbook. Now, these are meant to be completed together at the same time and prepare students for the RCM Theory Level 8 exam. Now, this was previously called the Advanced Rudiments exam. And when preparing students for Level 8, be sure to complete the previous UMT workbooks because they really set the foundation for Level 8. Well, it's time to start the car. UMT Level 8. I think music theory is as much fun as a road trip. Do you agree with me? Well, today you will learn the 3 simple steps to compose a contrasting period. We're going to map it out with these easy to navigate UMT composing roadmap. So fasten your seatbelt because at UMT we got you covered. Today's about Level 8 and what's new. Plus, you'll learn the 3 simple steps to compose a contrasting period before you start the car. We'll map it out with the easy-to-navigate UMT Harmonic Roadmap, the Melodic Roadmap, and the final composing checklist. That's really important. Plus, a UMTC success story from our special guest, Ultimate Music Theory certified teacher, Terri Myers. I can't wait for you to meet her. The Level 8 table of contents itemizes the new concepts. Now, remember that the Level 8 supplemental workbook is to be completed with the Advanced Rudiments workbook. And Level 8 includes a comparison chart and outlines all the new concepts that are introduced. Now, today, specifically, we are just talking about composing a contrasting period. And as an added bonus, we've also included the Level 8 theory exam and a special certificate to recognize your students for their successful completion of the Level 8 theory level. The Level 8 comparison chart maps out the RCM Level 8 theory concepts with the Level 8 supplemental workbook, so it's really easy to see how it's all lined up. The supplemental workbook pages are indicated with a star as each new concept from the 2016 RCM theory syllabus is introduced. Now, here's a little question for you as we're about to go into composing. Are you ready for the ultimate road trip? Then grab your pencil and your workbook and hop in the car because we're about to hit the road. And as you can see, we're all about fun. The first of the 3 simple steps to teaching composing in Level 8 is the Harmonic Roadmap. But first, we're going to take a look at the Advanced Rudiments workbook on page 75. Now, here you're learning about cadences. A perfect cadence, or authentic cadence, as they are identifying it as well, is a 5-1 cadence. A plagal cadence is a 4-1 cadence, and an imperfect cadence, also called a half cadence, is a 1-5 or 4-5 cadence. Now, in addition to learning how to write cadences, it's also important for students to play these cadences so they learn to hear what they see. Meet my smiley little student Danica as we review cadences on page 75 of the Advanced Rudiments workbook. Here she is.
Well, hello, Miss Danica.
Hello.
So we're doing Advanced Rudiments today, and we're going to do a quick review on cadences. So turn over to page 75, please. Excellent. And so let's have a little look at cadences. So when we're talking about cadences, I would like you to play, and we're going to do the key of A minor today. Can you play a perfect cadence in A minor? And what's another name for perfect cadence? We can also call it
authentic.
Authentic, just like you, authentic. Okay, so let's go ahead and play your authentic cadence in A minor. Very nice. And so when we're playing that authentic cadence, what are the root quality chord symbol, or sorry, the functional chord symbols?
5 and 1.
5 and 1. How can you tell the difference between major and minor?
Minor has a lowercase 1.
Right. Okay, very good. So now we're going to do a imperfect cadence. What is another name for imperfect cadence?
Half cadence.
Half cadence. Okay, we're still going to do the key of A minor. So now go ahead and play an A minor half cadence for me. Does that sound finished?
No.
No, it sounds like a question, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. Okay, kind of has that open sound. Now, when you're having a imperfect or half cadence, what are the functional chord symbols for that, Danica?
1 and 5 or 4 and 5.
Okay, so either one, but it ends on 5, doesn't it? Now, we notice that there's an uppercase for 1 and 5 and 4, 5, and then there's a lowercase for the 1 and 4. Why is the 5 always an uppercase?
Because dominants are always major.
Always major. Okay, so we know it wraps up like that. Very good. Well, it looks like you're ready for the next journey. So what do you need to do so we can go on our harmonic little trip?
Get the kids in the car.
Let's go.
In the Level 8 supplemental workbook on page 54, you are introduced to the Harmonic Roadmap. It looks like Sola's peeking out of the Harmony Hotel there. When composing a contrasting period in a major or minor key with the first 2 measures given, begin with the Harmonic Roadmap. The harmonic progression outlines the journey with a resting stop along the way. Now it looks like, of course, there's Sola peeking out the little Harmony Hotel here, that the Harmonic Roadmap outlines the harmonic progression of the first four-measure phrase A with the given melody, ending the question phrase with the half cadence. You can see it there. That's the harmonic map. Now the harmonic map outlines the harmonic progression of the second four-measure phrase B, ending the answer phrase with an authentic cadence. Now listen as Danica explores the harmonic roadmap with a little help from Sola and Tito.
So Danica managed to get Solon Tito out of the car, right, Danica?
You betcha.
Okay, good. Let's go ahead now. We're going to use level 8 and turn over to page 54, please. Excellent. So we've completed the advanced cadences, and now we're going to use the level 8 workbook on page 54. So now we're talking about the harmonic roadmap. Looks like, woo, it looks like he's off to the Harmony Hotel. Very cool. So harmony is when we're playing more than one note at the same time, correct? So I'm going to have you just play the single note of that harmonic roadmap right now. So observing the functional chord symbols at the bottom, what key are we in right now, Danica?
A minor.
A minor. So go ahead and play that chord progression, just the bass note. So Danica, with your lovely curved fingers. Now I'm going to have you play this. So you're going to play the bass notes with your left hand, which is the functional chord symbol, and then the given melody. And we're just going to play that harmonic roadmap to see what does it sound like when we're outlining the melody. So we're not doing the melody yet. We're just going to do the harmonic roadmap. So go ahead and play that for us, Danica. Ready? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Beautiful. Now, did that just rock your world, that melody?
It's kind of lacking.
Yeah, kind of lacking. So it's pretty boring just doing a harmonic roadmap. So now I think we're going to do the exercise on the whiteboard. And I think the kids are ready, right?
They're ready.
All right, here we go.
Now you may have noticed that I use the Ultimate Music Theory whiteboards all the time. As a teacher, this is as important as having a pencil and paper, and this is just a must-have for your studio. Not only have we created the large whiteboard for you as a teacher, but also the small individual whiteboards for your students. Now, there's so many ways to use the whiteboards for teaching theory concepts, such as the circle of fifths and scales and composing. The back of the whiteboard is blank, so you can use it for anything, such as the reveal game. Now, this was actually created by Sheila, and I absolutely love it. Students listen to music and then notate the tempo or the dynamic signs or articulation and so on the whiteboard, and then reveal their answers. You can see how excited they are to play the game. And it's just super fun. We just make a game out of learning music theory. Now listen as Danica uses the whiteboard with her composition before writing it down in her workbook.
Well, you did a great job, Danica, writing that out on the whiteboard.
Thank you.
All right, so now we're going to have a little experiment. So when we're starting to do composing, if you think about a composer, the first time he plays a little tune doesn't mean he's going to love it, right? You kind of have to experiment. But what he does is he kind of has a basic chord structure, an idea maybe where he's going to go. So I'd like you to play the functional chord symbol with the left hand and the given melody in the first two measures, and then using the given harmonic roadmap, I would like you to compose the segue between the measures, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so let's see what you're going to come up with here. No wrong notes. We're just experimenting. were your thoughts?
It was okay.
It was okay. Was the rhythm correct in the second last measure?
No, it wasn't. I held my C for too long.
Too long. Maybe because you were thinking, what am I going to put in there, right? But that's okay. That's how we start composing. It's just, starting to break it down. So sometimes a good idea is to record yourself playing, because if it's so good, now you can't remember what you played. But lucky for you, we are recording this. So let's do that one more time. Now, before you play that and compose again, I want you to play the first measure, Danica, and I want you to do something different. I would like you to play the left hand 4 chord, so not the whole chord, but just the root note, and play the first measure. Let's listen to, if we play the wrong harmony, what does that sound like? Go ahead and play the first measure. Clashing, right? Not good. So the harmonic roadmap really does help us map out where we're going to go. So let's do one more. Now the pressure's totally on to be awesome. All right. Well, third time is a charm, but I think it's a good experience for everyone watching the video to say, this is how we start. It's not about being perfect the first time. It's about exploring. Think about you coloring in your coloring book. You don't color everything inside the lines the first time you use crayons. So let's give it one more try. You kind of have a good little map. And this time, it would be a good idea to think about, which direction do I want to go in? How am I moving from one chord tone to the next? Am I going to go by step? Am I going to go by leap? And so let's finish our harmonic roadmap by composing, and then we'll go on to our melodic roadmap. All right, one more time, Danica.
Some wrong cadences.
But good for you for experimenting, right? Okay, so you did great. Now let's take a look at the melodic roadmap.
The second step to compose in level 8 is the melodic roadmap. Using the melodic roadmap, composing an answer phrase to a question phrase in a contrasting period in a major or minor key with the first 2 measures given, follow the harmonic roadmap to write your melodic line. Now, in the first 4 measure phrase A, we see the first 2 given measures, and in measure 3 is an inversion of measure 1 ending with a half cadence. And in the second 4 measure phrase B, you can see it there, we see new melodic material and the leading tone or leading note with a step to the final tonic. So this is the melodic roadmap, and now we're going to see how all of that is put together. So this is from level 8, page 55. Now let's check into that Melody Motel with Danica and see how she's doing when composing her contrasting period.
Well, now, Miss Danica, we're going down the melodic roadmap. So we had Tito helping us out with the harmonic roadmap, and now Sola is going to help us out with the melodic roadmap. So to start with, Danica, I'm going to have you play this piece. And when we are composing in a contrasting period, whether it's major or in a minor key, we have the first 2 measures of the given phrase, and we're going to follow the harmonic roadmap, and now we're going to write the melodic line above the harmony. So I'm going to have you go ahead and play that example box. And when you ended the first cadence at the end of the first 4 measures, how did you end that on an unstable scale degree? What is an unstable scale degree?
An unstable scale degree is 2 or 7.
2 or 7. Okay, and then you ended it on a stable scale degree, which is what?
8.
8. It could be 1
1.
or 8, as we say, because it's still the tonic, right? And the tonic is really sounds the most stable of all, isn't it? So it's a good one to use. Excellent job. So now when we're looking at our little harmony hotel and melody motel, what do Solon Tito have to say about all this?
When composing, use chord tones on the first beat of each chord change. Use non-chord tones, unaccented passing tones or neighbor tones, to add melodic decoration, variety, and interest.
Very well said. You should just be a movie star announcer, Danica. So now can you go ahead and give me an example of that? So if you're playing this piece, what in the very first measure do we see? Is that a passing tone or is that a neighbor tone?
We see both a neighbor tone and a passing tone.
Okay, so give me an example of that.
So a neighbor tone is when we're on a chord tone, we go to a non-chord tone, and then back to our chord tone.
Very good.
And then our passing tone is when we're on a chord tone, and like a bridge, we're trying to get back to our other chord tone, so we go from our chord tone, non-chord tone, back to our chord tone.
Well done. Good job, Danica. I think that they will be very proud of you when you're going to be performing your piece.
Wonderful.
The third and final step to compose in level 8 is the composing checklist. Now this is really important. In level 8, page 55, is the composing checklist. And the Tito tip says, use the final checklist to complete your melody writing in a contrasting period. Check that you have read the instructions carefully and use the harmonic progression map. Check that you complete the melodic line with unity and variety. Check that you use musical ideas that maintain the contour of the melody. And check that you end the answer phrase on an unstable scale degree and the answer phrase on a stable scale degree. Seems pretty simple, right? Let's listen to Danica review her composing checklist before writing her final answer in her Level 8 workbook. She looks pretty excited to share with you.
All right, Danica, so now we're on page 57, and we are going to do a little practice exercise on the whiteboard. So the instructions say, for each melodic opening, name the key, complete the question phrase, and compose an answer phrase to create a contrasting period ending on a stable scale degree. So we are going to use our final checklist to complete your melody writing in a contrasting period. So I see you finished your homework on the whiteboard, and are you ready for the final checklist?
I am ready.
Well, you seem much more confident now than you did in our very first little adventure into our Harmonic Roadmap and Melodic Roadmap. So let's do the checklist and look at your music and see if you've got it all. So the first one to check off says, read the instructions carefully, name the key. All right, what is the name of the key for your piece,
We are in A minor.
A minor, very good. And then it says, write the primary chord note names, 1, 4, and 5, and write the harmonic progression map using chord symbols. So what are the chord symbols that you have there for 1, 4, and 5?
I have 1 being A minor, 4 being D minor, and 5 E major.
Check. Very good. Next, it says complete the melodic line with unity and variety. Add 1 high climax note or repeated notes, unaccented non-chord tones to embellish the melody. So looking at your melody, if you could point those out for me. So did you complete the melodic line with unity? Is there things that are similar? Look at the rhythmic pattern, I guess, in the first measure, and you've also kind of included it in the third measure. Excellent. And so we've really brought that rhythmic pattern out. Very well done. Do you have a high climax note?
Here. In this bar.
In this bar, absolutely. I really like how you did that, Danica. I can't wait to hear it. And then, so we've got number 2. And did you use unaccented non-chord tones to embellish your melody?
Here.
Very good. And so did you use passing tone or a neighbor tone?
I used passing tones and neighbor tones.
You did. Good job on that. Check. Number 3, use a variety of musical figures, moving by step, skip, or leap between chord tones. Add musical ideas, sequences, and versions that maintain the contour of the melody. So I noticed that you did use, in your second line, you've used leaps as you're moving within the 1 chord. And in the 4 chord, you're moving by...
I'm skip.
Step.
Where?
Right? In the second line, first measure. Yes,
Yes,
you're using
by
skip.
Yes.
Yes, and leap. And then in the second measure, you're actually moving by steps, right? So very good. All right, check. And the final one says, end the question phrase on an unstable scale degree, implying a half cadence, and end the answer phrase on a stable scale degree, the tonic is preferred, implying an authentic cadence. And have you done that?
I have.
You have. Excellent job, madame. And now it says, sing or play your melody to review the melodic lines. So, Miss Danica, Tito and Sola are ready. Would you like to sing or play?
I would like to play.
Very good. Let us hear your melody. Wow, that was excellent. Now remember when you first started composing and there was a few little stumbles and trips, but just by practicing it and writing it out on the whiteboard and saying, no, I'm not sure about that, it's easy to erase it. And now you're actually ready to write out your composition in your workbook. So good job. So what have we reviewed today?
We have reviewed the Harmonic and Melodic Roadmaps with Solon Tito.
Good job. I think I'll hire you to do a commercial. What are you going to call your song, Danica?
I'm going to call it the Sola and Tito Road...
The road trip.
Road.
That's what you told me.
I was gonna say Roadhouse. That's like a place where you get some ribs.
Oh yeah, they make ribs. Well, maybe Solon Tito wants some ribs. Well, thank you so much, Danica, for sharing your Solon Tito song with us today. Great job. You are officially a great composer.
Woo!
In Level 8, on page 72, you will see the Music History Review. Now, this outlines the music history eras and the composers as outlined in the prep level, level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5, level 6, level 7, and level 8. So we're covering all of these concepts, and we're doing it with a really fun game. And this game is called Music Maestro, Name the Composer. So Sola says, write the composer's name below each composition title. And Maestro Tito at the bottom of the page says, review the composers and their works in each UMT level, which of course is easy and fun. And you can even hum or whistle your favorite melody from one of the compositions as your teacher and ask your teacher to name that melody. So, you know, it's fair, right? We have to answer the questions too and see if they can name that I should say sing or hum or whistle their favorite melody. And then you see if you can identify the tune. So it's just a really fun time. Now, speaking of Sola and Tito, Sola and Tito stuffies are not just adorable, but they are in fact a teaching tool. And this teaching tool will guide you through mastering music theory. And students of all ages love Sola and Tito, including Danica, who you met today, and Carter, who you will meet in the final bonus webinar video on the complete Rudiments workbook and the complete Supplemental workbook. In fact, you may remember my twin students from an earlier video when we did a photo shoot and covered them with Solon and Tito stuffies. And it was so funny. You can see the twins in there, and they declared, "This is the best day of my life." I laughed so hard. And well, after all, they're only 7 years old, so perhaps it really was the best day of their life, right? Now, in addition to the great products and teaching tools that we've created for you, I also want to encourage you to use the free resources that we've created for you. So you simply go to GSG Music or ultimatemusictheory.com, same thing. Simply click on the free resources at the top of the page and then scroll down to find level 8 and then just click on View Page. Now, when you're in level 8, while completing the exercises in the supplemental workbook on various musical eras, use the guided listening, the free resources that we have created for you. You're going to hear the voices of plain chant in the medieval music. You're going to see the score and how it was written in the Renaissance music. And you're going to learn about the instruments and musical styles of global music. And we've provided all those resources for you. I know you're appreciative because many of you have said, "Oh my goodness, thank you. That is a great resource." And your students can simply log in there as well to watch them and complete their homework. So it's awesome. The UMT Teaching Philosophy is a reflective statement of our beliefs about teaching and learning. And I know I've shared this with you before, but UMT is about helping you teach with passion and enriching lives through music education. You know, when I started teaching music theory, and I'm sharing with you because we're friends, I felt embarrassed that I didn't know how to teach the concepts, nor did I feel that I had found method books to help me learn how to explain the things to my students. And so after writing the UMT program, I wanted to share my years of study and research in the Ultimate Music Theory Certification Program for teachers. So I created the Ultimate Music Theory Certification course because I didn't want you to take years of study and research as I did, because it was frustrating, but I did it, and now it's time to share it with you. And I really love this picture because this picture is from the very first Ultimate Music Theory Certification course grad class. They were my beginners, my baby, my test market. And I am very proud to tell you that the success of each and every teacher in this class propelled Sheila and I to develop the UMT Ultimate Music Theory Certification course as an online teacher training. And now teachers all over the planet can have access to this amazing program. Now, today I want to recognize the Ultimate Music Theory Certified Teacher, Terri Myers. Now, she has a very successful teaching studio in Winnipeg and is also in the Ultimate Music Theory 100% Club with her student. Now, here is what Terri Myers had to say when she very first started with UMT.
Hi, I'm Terri Myers from Winnipeg, Manitoba. I've been teaching music theory for over 20 years now, and just this past year I started using the Ultimate Music Theory books, and I tell you, they are phenomenal. I love them. I had 6 children take the theory exams. They all got over 90%, and 2 of them got 100%. The thing I think why these books are so successful is the flow. It starts off nice and easy. The kids don't really realize they're taking in so much information, and then there's review, and then there's another easy concept, and it just flows. There's no gap in the logic of the teaching. There's beautiful flashcards which we used all the time at every lesson, and I just love it. What's especially nice is when parents email you and say, "Hey, look, my son got 100%, and this was the advanced music theory." And he sent the whole exam through the email to me, and that's pride, and that's success. Thank you very much, Ultimate Music Theory.
The one and only Ultimate Music Theory certification course for teachers was created for your pedagogical teacher training, and now you can learn easily in your own home at your own tempo, save years of time in a one step-by-step online course, and get certified with the UMT Professional Development Program. Plus, we have a 30-day, 100% money-back guarantee. Our door is open for you to start learning today. We'll show you how to drive and support you 100% all the way. We're with you. So jump in, ride with Sheila and I, along with Solon Tito, and get certified. Go to ultimatemusictheorycourse.com for all the details. We'll have a lot of fun, and I know you will too. I've included one more bonus session in which you will LOL. LOL is listen, organize, and learn. A proven step-by-step system in the UMT Complete Supplemental Workbook. I'm looking forward to seeing you next time. And remember, teach with passion.